What?
You don't know about the new AP Gaming Real video intro?
Welcome to the future.
Oh, well, I mean, it's the future of like 3 days ago. I decided to up my game by heading over to Fiverr and paying somebody some money, and they gave me 7 options, and I thought that was the best looking one.
Did you pay like $5?
No, more like $79.
Then why?
Why is it called Fiverr? Because it used to be about $5. It's not anymore, but it is very fast turnover time, and it's normally people that don't live in America, so the currency exchange rate's really good. Speed run intro times, any percent to completion. I am your complex and excitable storyteller, but not for this particular game. APGamingREAL, some have described me as mysterious and eloquent. This week, I took James on to Sea Thieves on what is Thursday to me. I had only intended to play for 2 or 3 hours. We ended up getting stuck for 4 hours because every time I was getting ready to park the ship, we got in another fight. So at the end of it, me and James are running around very quickly. And James is like, "Where are you? Where'd you go?" And I was like, "I'm over here." And then we sank at the very end, but it was pretty good. Patreon exclusive Battletech Solaris Knights is out. If you are a Patreon viewer at literally any level, you can get a look at it. It will go public in 2 weeks. However, Patreon viewers are in the exclusive position to affect the future of the show going forward. PlayStation 5, I can't find one. And you know what? It feels really weird to focus on this when some people are like, "Well, listen, I have to choose between like doing this or that this month." And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to go hunt down a PlayStation 5, but I literally have nothing else to do but hunt down that PlayStation 5. It's either that or pay attention to Amore for 10 minutes. And I prefer to be live. So that's where I'm at. Complete 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Not bad.
It's pretty good.
Achievement unlocked?
I don't think achievement unlocked. It's certainly not my fastest intros. I mean, back in the day when Dave was streaming, which we were just talking about, we used to do like no intros at all. We literally just like, "Hello, hi, that's me." And I had a really fast spiel that I went through that I was inspired by Cox and Crendor. You know, speaking of Dave, let's do your intros, Dave.
Yo, waka waka, bitches. What's going on? I don't know. Things and stuff, man. Like, I'm in the process of writing lyrics to a song. It's difficult. The song is called Body Language, and Drummer Boy is going to supply the fat beats for it. Yeah, I don't know. I've got an actress who's going to do vocal work for us on the track. But yeah, you know, it's a weird scenario. I'm doing things I've never done before. Arthur Jimmy Perkins is, I don't know what
My
your
middle name is
actually.
Jimmy. Have you considered Fiverr, Dave?
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I can recommend them. The 79 was a bit much to spend, but they got it back to me in 2 days, and it was pretty much exactly what I wanted. Me being a really dramatic bitch as my face appears.
Honestly, that video doesn't look like it's worth $79. I'll be completely honest
there
with you.
were 7 copies of it, and they did it basically in like 2 hours. I was like, "Here's my order," and they were like, "There are 13 in front of you." I was like, "Okay," and then like 2 hours later, they were like, "All right, we're done," and I was like, "Whoa, that was fast."
Arthur,
Yeah,
my man.
Yeah,
it's literally in PNG plane with a 3D element put on the back, which takes 2.5 minutes in Blender.
Here's what I have to tell you, Dave. It is a skill I don't have.
Yeah, but it's not.
I'm out here.
$79.
I'm out here spending an hour to perfectly handcraft the Solaris Knights fake advertising.
Dave, it sounds like if you'd spoken up sooner, you could be $79 richer.
Oh yeah, Dave, you could have stepped in here.
A missed opportunity.
Just wait until you see whatever comes out of the Fiverr I set up for the Apex Dragons logo. I don't know what that's going to end up looking like.
I'm always looking for good logo workers who you know, dude. Let me know, but because getting a good logo,
man, there is a huge gulf in logo work. They were like, "For $5 I'll make a logo," and I was like, "Well, it looks like garbage." And then they were like, "For $50 I'll make a logo," and I'm like, "I could spot 50 for a decent logo." And then they were like, the next tier up is like $300. I will design your media marketing package, and I was like, "That's that's what I paid like 6 years ago to get the AP Gaming Real face and like my FF6724 color and all that other crap that I still use. I'm not going to do that again for a fake for a fake Apex Dragons logo.
There is a website called 99 Designs, and
yeah,
let me tell you the premise.
Fiverr.
No, it is not. Let me tell you the premise of 99 Designs. So the premise of 99 Designs.
I know what it is, Dave. I've used it professionally. You put up like $400 as a prize, and you say, "All right, motherfuckers, here's what I want. I want a logo. It's got to include this, and it's got to include these colors. Go, right?" And then people will submit designs to you, and you get to pick. You get to pick the best one out of every. You make those starving artists fight for your attention, Arthur. For the measly sum. I don't know if you know this, Dave, but I prefer not to treat artists like shit. They're all precious baubles, which must be properly placed upon a constellation of gemstones.
Generally, with those crowdsourced sites, they're all artists in third world countries more so than starving Western artists.
I found the guy that made my mascot off 99 Designs, and then I just said to him, "Hey man, look, your shit's good. I will pay you to make the costumes for this mascot." And he's like, "Cool." And I worked with him for years, the entire time that I was streaming, actually. And I wonder what he's doing right now. Probably the same shit. Most likely. Haven't talked to him in so long. By the way, is your chat connecting on Twitch? Yep. Or is it just me?
Mine's connected.
God damn, what the fuck is happening?
That's good.
Yeah. It's just circling the drain, basically. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, what else can I tell you? I have been working on gating my game, which is a very difficult process. So the process is, we take a game that already exists and then we put in like physical blocks in the game so that people can't progress too quickly without playing the game a little more. So it's a process, and we're trying to get there and stuff like that. So working out like how to not soft lock the game with content and stuff like that is a very difficult process. And yeah, I know that's what we're working on. What else? My photography game is coming along pretty good. We're about to have the first prototype for that, which is going to be really exciting. And yeah, I don't know. That's about it. Oh, I've been watching a TV show called Queen's Gambit on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, that's very popular.
Very good show. And like, there's a lot of people in there which is like, yeah, that little kid from Love Actually? Yeah, he's like fuckable in this one. It's like, oh my God. Holy shit, what is happening?
I have to tell you, chess related wise, I watched 2 VTubers from Hololive Yen play chess. I don't know why they bothered fucking playing chess. They didn't know any of the rules. It was a huge waste of time. VTubing is a mistake.
No.
Doesn't stop you from playing BattleTech.
Got him.
Holy shit.
Grim dark shade.
What really hurts is that everyone else here got the joke before I did. I was like, wait, how is that funny? Oh, no skill level, huh? Don't know the rules. Damn. God, James.
Fucking...
Sorry, you were wide open. You left yourself wide open.
No, it hurts me that I didn't get the joke until
Arthur
later.
Perkin rolls a 1 on a D10 and shoots himself in the face. Good God. You know what? I'm done with my intro. Fuck that, James.
Yeah.
If only BattleTech were thousands of years old and had really easily understood rules.
It's not like there's a book or anything you can read either that has all the rules in it.
The rules are still not easy to understand. It's a lot of weird stuff.
I mean, only when you get the stuff Napoleon included, like en passant. They were literally like, I didn't know that something happened when you got a pawn to the last rank. What do you call the giant tower? How do I end the game?
I honestly think that a lot of the times they do that because it makes them more appealing to the people that watch them.
I was like, maybe
Arthur,
everybody
here's the
loves
thing.
Amelia. I'll watch this Amelia chess video, and afterwards I was like, I was right to
Arthur.
hate Amelia. Actually, I hate her twice as much now. Now I have
Here's
a
the thing.
reason to hate her.
If you are unaffected by the VTubers, then it is not for you, my dude.
I understand.
Like,
but I believe we should destroy them.
they are intentionally made to be the way that they are and play the persona that they're playing
I know.
in order to facilitate
Listen,
the
man, they want that
maximum amount of
money.
simpage possible.
Yeah. Listen, I don't have anybody simping for me. I've been talking to Pondo about this over the last day. People
What do
simp
you
for my
call
NPCs
Patreon?
more than they simp for me. They simp for Pondo more than they simp for me. I'm like, I'm gonna run another popularity poll. Pondo just beat me again. Rapier beat me in the popularity poll, and he's a fucking NPC.
But you
you
are those
created.
people, AP.
But I'm not. I'm
those
not
people.
Rapier. Let me be very clear. I'm not Rapier.
I mean,
I'm going to be very
Rapier
scared
wasn't
to work
Rapier.
out where I am.
Rapier wasn't Rapier. He was fakier.
I'm actually very
James
scared to
killed
ask
me.
you where I
James
am.
is just gunslinging all day today.
Arthur, I need to know where in the list am I? But I'm scared to the answer. But I
Yeah,
need to know.
listen. The last time I ran the poll, you weren't on a show. It was before New Game Plus, buddy.
Unacceptable results, Arthur.
I'm sorry that I don't run them often enough for you. I run them once a year, and this year,
Rad would still win.
oh yeah, Rad won by so much. Rad won by an incredible amount.
I imagine like 90, like about probably close to 80% of your fan base is probably ex-military that watch on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
it's
suggest what
Battletech.
you do is you next time you do the question is after Radosaurus, who's your favorite person?
No, James, I'm going to do what you've taught me. I'll say rank from these choices, and that way I'll just be like, all right, throw all the rad ones out. Who got second place?
That's right. Who's your
fight
favorite
for
person
second.
and why is it Rad?
I just can't connect to chat today. What the fuck's going on?
I don't know. I'm in
Stop.
chat. I'm good.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm glad it works for you. It don't work for me.
Yeah, well, it's my stream, so if my chat's not connecting, then there could be some very serious moderation issues.
Look, I just want to see how chat reacted to James fucking stabbing.
No
me,
one
dude.
reacted.
No one
No
reacted.
one reacted. And I'm
Oh my
glad.
god.
I'm glad. Don't worry, YouTube
if
will
James
probably have
keeps
some
dropping these
real
bombs.
spicy shit.
So Arthur, here's what you need to do. You need to make a timestamp for when James stabs you, and then make another timestamp where they can skip all the introductions. Like,
No. What needs to happen is someone needs to go back and clip that shit on Twitch and then share it. You'll watch my look of confusion. Dave, you got anything else?
nah, man. Oh, I have been playing Like a Dragon, the new Yakuza game that came out.
Oh, right. We talked about that.
That's such a weird premise. So the
A weird
premise
name.
is the premise is you play a guy
Who played Dragon
is
Quest
in the
as a kid.
Yakuza, and he played Dragon Quest as a kid, and he really likes it. And then he goes to prison, and then he comes out of prison, as every single fucking Yakuza game is. Oh god, that's such a premise. But then he's like, okay, cool. I can all of a sudden I start imagining my friends like transforming into things and wearing costumes and doing magic attacks and all this sort of shit. But they're just like people on the streets and stuff. And they took a game which was a third person combo heavy fighting game like the Yakuza series, and they're like, okay, what if it's exactly the same but it's now turn-based and it's a JRPG? And you're just like, man, how the fuck does that even work in the Yakuza game? But it does, and it's very surprising. The problem that I have with it now is that it's less about your skill, because previously in Yakuza you could go a long way with just being like good at the combat, but nowadays it's about grinding. It's about grinding out those fucking levels. And they have like a job system in there. It's so weird because you're a homeless guy who like goes to like a work office, like a temp work agency, and the lady is like, hey, yeah, you can change your jobs at any time. and they're the character classes as well. So like if you want to change your job, you change from being like a homeless man to a construction worker, and the construction worker has a big two-handed hammer and he uses that to hit people with. And you can change your job to being like a security guard who has like a shield, and then he has a sword and board. And you can change your job to being like an idol who like uses like magic to heal people. It's such a weird fucking premise, but it's like
idol is mage. Wow, those are normally opposite ends of the spectrum to me.
They have like a
I guess idols are bards. That makes sense.
They have like they have a bard in there as well, like a hippie, and he also does stuff. And they have like a prostitute option in there, and it's like, yeah, I mean, the game is fucking weird. The game is so weird. They have a 60 gigabyte patch, free DLC to put slot machines in the game. Like actual slot machines, like Konami level fucking slot machines inside of this Japanese fucking game. It's so strange. Oh god. Oh god. Arthur, I think you would get an absolute fucking kick out of the Yakuza series.
I'll listen. I'll think about it. I hate to say it, but I still have to finish The Last of Us 2. Then I have to play some Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Then I got all sorts of Steam. Listen, Alder's Blood. I haven't even touched it yet. That's how far back I am, man.
Okay, I mean, just
Octopath Traveler. The last 2 playthroughs of, actually 3 playthroughs with the DLC of Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I need to. Listen, my vacation is literally just going to be reading RPG books and video game blitz. That's where I'm at. Try not to sound like a crazy person. What else you got, Dave?
No, that's it. That's all I want to talk about. Thanks.
Speaking of sounding like a crazy person, let's talk to Pond of the Mad. See, that was a good segue. It's been a while since I've had one that actually matched up like that.
I was really tempted to just do like a fast spiel of like my week, but
speedrun any percent. Go, let's do it.
Okay. Hi, I'm Pano. I had an incredible week. Actually, last week we were in here because of me, because I got married, but that's besides the point. But now we're here and ready to go. All right, I'm done.
It's like
also because it was like his birthday.
You're spending your honeymoon here with these fucking guys? Why?
No, he didn't spend his honeymoon here with us.
That's why I wasn't here.
That's why he wasn't here. Yeah, he intentionally did not spend his honeymoon with us.
How come you're still not on your honeymoon?
Because I couldn't take the time off. I didn't have any extra time off. We couldn't.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations on your prenuptials. Welcome to the club. There's now 3 of us here, unless Big Spoon is married.
I am not.
Okay. Well, there you go. Welcome to the club. We have secret rings. You know, like it's good.
Dakota rings.
They're not that secret, but okay.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: if you're not married, you don't know what they do. Married guys know what they do. Unmarried guys don't know. You get to know when you're married. That's the secret. So.
Get caught in machinery and rip your finger off.
Listen, Dave.
Deglove a hand.
I have an update for you. If you remember back when you released your game, there was some hubbub as to whether or not I had adult games. The Pieces of My Heart.
All right. Okay.
Remember there was a hubbub as to whether I had adult games turned on or not. I swear to God, I don't know that I ever turned it on. But I just went to the store page, and the top trending for me is something called Maid Mansion. And the things at the bottom are sexual content, nudity, hentai, visual novel, and I think I need to accept at some point that my account must have it turned on. Not only that, it's not just that I have it turned on, it's that Steam has pushed that to my top recommended, so they must know something.
Here's the thing.
I'm being targeted by Steam.
You're not being targeted by Steam. You're being targeted by me, Arthur. And you want to know why? You want to know why?
Tell me why.
Because I'm associated with that game, my dude.
Of course you are. Did you find my account and personally push this advertising?
No. You know what it means? It means that I'm doing my job correctly, and that you don't know you want are showing up on your homepage. It came out yesterday, and the reason why it's on the popular new and trending is because it's had more than 10 positive reviews in the space of 24 hours. That's why it's showing up.
They really want me to buy it.
You should buy it. It's great.
No, I'll pass. Listen, after Hatoful made and then made RPG, I could never do it again.
It's very much like Made RPG, except it's got a lot more dark elements in there than it possibly lets on.
So it's like Hatoful Boyfriend then. That's the pigeon dating simulator.
I guess, but there's a lot more porn in this one. So.
Well, listen, those pigeons, they're never wearing any clothes.
I know. I have the pillows to show for it. To be honest with you.
You have Hatoful Boyfriend pillows.
Yes, they gave us a pillow for working at Humble Bundle. And I'm like, okay, I'll take one of these.
I'm
pillows.
dying. Pondo, do you have anything else?
I got nothing for the situation.
I'm Big Spoon, 1% complete. Let's go.
Oh, wow. Okay, Grimdark James, what do you got?
Oh, thanks. I was just going to say that I am your simplistic and placid storyteller. I've had a...
wow. The placid thing might be true, though.
Yeah, no, look, I don't
keep chill all the time.
Yeah. Look, I've just been playing more Xbox, my new Xbox this week. Got Watch Dogs Legion. Still been playing more Assassin's Creed. Got the new Call of Duty game and been playing that. Had a lot of fun with Sea of Thieves on my Friday, although it was right in the middle of my workday and shit was blowing up around me at the same time. People were leaving and...
Well, the ship was literally blowing up around us at the same time. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So I did like the suggestion that came out of Wednesday's game about the 40K inspired Made RPG. So, I had to spend some time working on that. But nothing else really going on in my life at the moment.
Sorry, go back. Is that happening? The 40K Made RPG game?
There seemed to be support for it the other day. So,
is that real? Oh, Battle Sisters.
Jesus.
Empire.
Emperor Senpai.
Emperor Senpai.
That's right, yes.
Please continue, James. I'm going to die doing these intros.
Look, I mean, that's all I got.
Let me write
it's down pretty quiet week.
Fucking shit.
Arthur, you bring this on yourself, dude. Don't fucking...
No. Made RPG is a thing that I bring on myself. Okay.
You bring it on by association, okay? Like that's all I'm gonna say to that.
The perfect evolution of beards. I don't know what that means. James, take it away. You're our placid and simplistic storyteller.
All right, welcome back to Rogue Trader Tide of Iron. Previously, the group defended itself from the assault of demonic entities within the Black Cathedral. We see them returning to Port Suffering, the group finally meeting with Administrator Himmelsbach. Nero attempts to convince the others of his plan to destabilize the planetary leadership for profit. The group has a final meeting with Inquisitor Pendergast, informing her of the rumored Chaos Fleet in the Moor, and a final discussion is held over the next steps in the journey of the Hand of Calixis. Thought for the day, the difference between... Oh, there you go, here's a thought for the day, thank you. The difference between heresy and treachery is ignorance. So, when we come in, we're at a scene on board the Hand of Calixis. Everybody we see here is here, along with Riani Zantai, our warp guide, along with Dominique Armelin, the now Lord Captain of the Eternal Praetorian, a hunched over, knife-nosed man who has a frog sitting on his shoulder, who we know is Heraldius Mercator, the warp guide of the Eternal Praetorian. Along finally with...
Sorry,
Vincent
you said
Rosen.
he has a frog on his shoulder?
Yeah, I don't remember that detail.
Okay, because that one really stood out at me. And just to be clear, it's a real frog. It's not like a cyber frog, like the cyber eagle.
It's a real frog.
It's a real frog.
Oh, okay.
It's a sort of brownish green color. It's more like a toad, I should say. It's large. It's larger than a frog. It's like a toad. Some sort of... I mean, you haven't met this person before. He was hired by
I
whoever
thought we
was
met him
handling it.
once.
No, not the warp guide of the
the Eternal Praetorium. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right, that makes more sense. I was
Yeah,
like,
he's been brought on board by Dominique. Apparently, he's part of the crew of that ship now.
okay, he can
and
stay
so
there then.
The final person in the room is Vincent Rosin, the Carter artifacts of your own ship, and laid out on the table in front of all of you is the map of the many maps that Rosin has bought of the Calixis sector, with various pins and it's probably at least one dagger stuck through the map into the table.
Oh, yeah, it's how 40K.
Where's the skull? That's my other question. Is
the
it
skull.
the other end weighing it down?
No, there's like 4 skulls following the corners of the map down. The knife is to mark a place. The skulls are the weights.
Yeah, of course.
So basically, we're mid-conversation on.
All right, so Nero says, and that will wrap up the recap, which we just discussed everything that has been happening. Thank you all for attending this particular meeting. Let's move on to the business of travel.
Can't help to notice that you forgot to add in my big galaxy brain plan of taking the crops and moving them somewhere else.
Oh, sorry, I should have. Yeah, I was so hung up on Nero's plan. I should have mentioned your plan. I apologize.
It's fine.
Feel free to mention it again. Just feel free to mention it.
No, Nero will mention it right now. And let us all once more congratulate the Lord Commodore on his incredible plan to acquire a huge number of crops that we can harvest elsewhere. And Nero is doing a clap. Anybody who's not clapping,
well done.
Nero is going to glare at them like he's going to murder them.
So
then he just glares at Riani, just to be clear, for no apparent reason, just to glare at
her. So you've got this plan where we're going via Scintilla first, and on to this pleasure world. Are we just following you? Is this the current plan for the Eternal Praetorium?
I thought the plan was to go to Quatis first.
Well, you sort of on your map you've drawn a line via Scintilla first.
Yeah, we were stopping by, right?
Yeah,
everyone stop by there.
I must have forgot that part. Okay.
Essentially, it's kind of on the way.
So hang on, let me just get caught up as Dave here real quick.
Okay.
So there was a couple of weird missions we had. The one of them was the one with the young king. Was it young king?
Yep, that's Talon Balewing. That's your personal quest.
Oh, that's a personal quest?
Yeah,
okay.
that's you.
All right.
Yep, that's your personal
John, John is integral to it.
You notice that Talon Balewing never visits us in our sleep, and all the people you need to find information about him are all at Abby's and Sisters. You didn't realize that quest is marked purple in the quest folder, huh?
So that is what down in Port Wanda?
Yeah, we have to go.
Yeah, back in the Expanse.
Okay, so the current plan is to do a big old burnout in the middle of space and then go that way last?
Yes.
Is that the plan? Okay.
Yeah, although you have also used contacts within Port Wanda and Football to try and reach out to this Dark Eldar that can apparently help you locate the city where he's being held.
That's
should
right.
end up fine. That's fine. But yeah. Yeah, we already did a Nero side quest. This is done.
That was, well, let me be really clear. That was, first off, that wasn't a side quest. That was a one-off thing. Has Nero had an actual side quest? Beyond
a couple, yes.
I think the big side quest, of course, was meet a space marine and have them be impressed with him. So basically all of season 1 was Nero's side quest.
And your slaughter of many criminal leaders.
That wasn't a side quest. That was a very good scene, though. I don't know that a quest that takes place in less than 30 minutes is a side quest.
Nero doesn't have
some of the best ones.
He doesn't have a side quest so much as he like the episode of Community where Abed is just doing stuff in the background, and then the next episode, that's what Nero does.
Yeah. Wow, that's chillingly accurate.
So we want to have the arc of Adrian doing some double crossing in the background.
We haven't figured out what his side quest is yet. We need to unlock that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll find it on Scintilla. He'll run into an old rival. So Nero's going to turn to Heraldius Mercator and say, I'm sorry, I know it's very rude, but everyone in the room, literally everyone, including the at least one person who must know, but we're all wondering what's with the frog on your shoulder.
What is with the toad?
Yes.
Oh, you finally noticed. I was wondering when someone would talk about my toad.
Actually, I use him to make potions. Would you like to try some of my potions?
It sounds
They're
heretical.
very strong.
His name is Icebreaker, and he's here to start conversations with random
Oh my god, that's
people.
such a good name for a pet that you carry around. It's my...
It's my conversation piece.
Why does a man wear a giant hat with a feather in it? Why else?
His name is Icebreaker, and he's already done his job.
This is Horatio. He is my companion. I hope you don't mind. He wanted to hear the briefing as well.
Oh, he wanted to hear the briefing.
Do you speak with this creature in a manner that is intelligible?
We have a dialogue, Horatio and I.
All right, Nero's going to raise an eyebrow towards
the toad just has,
Dominique.
the toad's neck just inflates and then goes back in again without making a noise.
Yeah, I'm going to raise an eyebrow towards Dominique and check to see whether this guy is like a fucking lunatic or whether this is, just warpy normal.
She gives you that.
Pulls on, just looks at Adrian like.
She gives you that long suffering look, like don't even start. It's just
okay.
Can it be one of those screaming frogs, by the way?
Please no. It's one of those frogs where you lick its back and then you get so fucking high. You just wander around for days. Lord Captain, as long as we're going to Scintilla, are we doing the strat?
Which strategy are we? I have many strategies.
Strat.
Do you need me to leave the room?
No. I apologize. I'm working on my communication ability, and I was hoping he would understand what I was saying. We've been together for a while, like 8 months or so, so I thought maybe he would be on a telepathic vibe level with me. What
That's
are we
ridiculous.
doing with the Eternal Praetorium? Are they returning to the colonies in order to harvest your tithes, or are they coming with us?
I would say probably the prior. It'd be good to get some money back into revenue after the losses.
So you meant the latter? They're going to go?
No, you said the go to colonies to harvest before you said.
Well, maybe you're right. All right. So they're going to the colonies, right?
Yes.
And they're also going to secretly train the assassin nulls. We've got all that underway?
Yes, we'll be doing the training them and getting them repopulated.
Nero turns to stare out any convenient window or window-shaped poster or just long-distance auspex.
In the middle distance? Yep, no worries.
Yeah. And he says, should we send Cade over there, sir?
If you wish. Cade is entirely
No, I don't, but maybe it is better for him to learn the ways of murder and mayhem from a close-range stealth expert. All I can teach him is extreme violence and survival. Such incredible violence.
If you would
are you flexing your muscles when you do this? You're just like...
No, where did this thing come from?
I feel there's like a brief cutaway.
Biceps,
I feel like there's a brief cutaway scene to somewhere else on the ship. Wally is currently teaching Cade how to play Regicide.
Perfect. No, he should stay with us, sir. All right, let's get back to the matter on hand. We're going to be parting with the Eternal Praetorium. We're going to Scintilla. Are we going to do that the shuttle mission we had discussed?
That strategy.
The strat. Yes.
I have many other plans as well, but yes, we'll do that.
Oh, we are doing that. Adrian will have to speak later.
Yes, of course.
Are we also doing the assassin thing as part of that strat, or are we just going to do it ourselves?
I don't recall this assassin thing, but
we'll that's where we send assassins to the secret base to like clear it out for us. You know, we send an infiltration team. No, we're just going to go ourselves, right?
I imagine we're going to go ourselves because I don't think I have access to assassins at the moment. It wasn't the last time I had access to things, so.
Very well.
So Riani cuts in, by the way. If they're heading back to the Koronus Expanse, and they'll at least follow us as far as Scintilla. That's along the warp route, so we can share our killer bubble together.
Wait, quick question. Nero's gonna switch back over to Rogue Trader Camp. Oh shit, they actually know our Rogue Trader Camp.
Which we all speak.
Never mind.
Including the
NPCs. He switches over to it, but he leans in close to the Lord Commodore and he says, don't we know that the Maw on the way back, that there's probably a huge chaos fleet there that's gonna stop anyone going through and like fucking consume their soul? Didn't we just talk to an Inquisitor about that like literally hours ago?
Someone's going to go into the Maw.
Right, but we should probably have the Eternal Praetorium wait at Port Wander for a clear signal, not necessarily for us, but until someone reports back from the other side, you know. Lord Commodore, I would just hate for you to lose your brand new ship now that we lost so many points for it because we accidentally forgot. I feel like this is definitely a thing, a logical loophole that we didn't anticipate until this very moment, and it would be really bad for us to send this ship further than Port Wander. So maybe we should just... And then Nero like leans away, and then he starts humming as if he didn't have that conversation privately.
Yes, we'll just have you wait at Port Wander before we can go.
For no apparent reason.
Very well. I'll return to my ship then.
Yes. We'll stay with each other till Scintilla, and then after that you all will go by yourselves to Port Wander to stay until further notice.
All right, come along, Heraldius. He nods and then says, come along, Horatio, even though the clock's still being shoulder, and walks out with him.
Good day, Captain Armelin, Master Heraldius, Master Horatio.
The frog just screams constantly as he
Oh,
leaves.
It's not a screaming frog. Stop. That's a thing of nightmares. We don't speak about it.
Have you actually ever encountered one in real life, by the way?
No, but I've seen the YouTube videos.
I had one in my house once. My cat got to, and we thought there was a person in the back of the house screaming until we got there and found the cat with this small green frog. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Riani looks to you as once they've left. I'm sorry, he's the best that we could find at short notice. His family line is known for their mental instability, but their skill at warp navigation is second to none.
I'm actually very surprised at how calm that frog is and why it can stay on his shoulder for such long periods of time.
I suspect, though I've never been told, I suspect the frog may actually enter the oculus with him when he navigates, which means that frog has been subject to the full power of the warp unfettered. I'm surprised it hasn't exploded.
I feel like the less I know
talking
about
in
this...
tongues, that might be something to look into.
I feel like the less I know about this man and his frog relationship, the better.
Agreed, Lord Commodore.
I'm actually super curious right now about it. Like, I want to know everything.
On your own free time, then.
Yeah, of course. It'll happen off camera, and I'll just mysteriously make up random rumors and bullshit about it. I'm off
Please
to talk to Ivy.
don't make any shirts about these.
I haven't made a shirt all season.
Just don't threaten him too much for no reason.
I've only just met him. I only threaten people I don't like. Which is why I'm going to threaten that frog.
Then why do you threaten Riani?
What? I don't talk about Riani like she's not standing right here.
I'm talking like she is standing right here.
Wow. The only reason I threaten Riani is because I have an instinctual fear of mutants instilled in me at a genetic level by the Imperium. It's not personal, it's just that she's a filthy mutant heretic.
I feel like it's partially personal.
Who holds our lives in their hands every time we jump.
Yes, and that's why when she calls for help, I respond instantly. But it does mean I feel very uncomfortable around her.
I should go. And she sways out of the room.
See, now you all gravely offended her by talking about her like she wasn't here. So rude.
Yes.
Nero,
I think you're the only one that talked like she was the only one that wasn't here. Regardless.
Honestly, I think you're all guilty of it, to be completely fair.
Yeah, Nero's nodding as he leaves. He agrees.
Okay. Sure.
All right. So the shit's starting to make ready for warp transit. You want to go and see Ivy?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I have a checklist for Ivy. Double check my calculants array installation. Apologize to my gun for dropping it, perform basic maintenance on all my equipment, and tune up the Warhound because we drove it through a dust storm and then we drifted it. Then we used a heavy flamer to burn a heretical church down. So Ivy, if you could just make sure that everything's okay, especially with Warhound, I'm very worried about it. And my gun.
Yes, why did you drop your gun?
Well,
after all we spoke about.
I know, but there was a horrible warp entity trying to remove my bowels, so, the gun barrel's too long, so I had to pull out smaller guns and shoot it in the face.
How would you feel if the situation was reversed?
I would feel terrible, but I would feel a lot better if someone apologized to me over it. And while I did apologize, it's never clear to me how much my basic human language translates to its greater machine spirit omniscience. That's why we have you to translate for us. It's not
about what you say, but what you do.
I agree. That's why I take care of it at all times.
So join me in the maintenance ritual then.
Can I do that?
Yes.
I mean, I normally do basic maintenance on my guns, but is this a secret ritual?
No. This is just a more in-depth ritual. Something that will make sure that the machine spirit within is completely assuaged of any concerns it may have had about its mistreatment.
Okay, so just to be clear, I've had a lot of experience talking to or standing around machine cultists. So I just want to know ahead of time what sort of sacrifices are entailed in this ritual. Is this going to be a 7-day thing? Do we have to sacrifice a servitor, untap 2 black mana? Talk me through the basic premise.
It is an appropriate amount of catechisms and application of the correct sacred oils in a process which should take about 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Very well. I will join you in apologizing to my gun. I thank you for this opportunity.
Yes. Oh, do you speak binary?
No.
Okay, more like 3 hours then.
Very well.
It will now take 2 weeks and 14 days.
I was actually expecting something like that. Not being able to speak binary makes it take another 10 hours or so.
No.
Well, we're going to be here for the next 4 days. Help include your schedule.
All right. Does anyone else need to do anything before you leave the Icanthos system?
We should go back and kill that woman that was obviously a Daemon Prince supporter. We were all suspicious of her even before. What's great is that Nero has no reason, but I knew the whole fucking time. As soon as we went there and they were like, the teams that were sent there never found anything. And I was like, let's call for backup. And they were like, we can't really send backup. I'm here as a player. I'm going, this some,
No, I don't have any business until we get back to Scintilla to do some acquisitions.
Hey, Nero,
yeah?
Leave those nuns alone. Okay? They were peaceful until you uncovered their evilness, okay? Leave them alone.
That's enough. precious.
Their evil was hidden until you uncovered it. That's right.
Yeah. They were completely
That
and
made it
totally
okay.
fine until you started digging.
All right. So during the translation to Scintilla, so you're traveling here, well-established mapped warp routes. There's no need to worry about making rolls here on this navigation. It's all quite easy to do. But while you are in transit to Scintilla, you do receive an astropathic communication to your ship, apparently from Inquisitor Pendergast. So it's not a direct, verbal communication. It's effectively a message that gets brought down to Pierre.
What up?
Hey, mail for
Stop.
me.
It is me, Pendergrass. Stop.
So according to her letter, or her communication, she did send word to Port Wanda about the possibility of something going on in the Moor. They sent a patrol, one to the Witch Curse World. The idea was that one was going, they were both heading for Footfall, but one was going Witch Curse World, then the Hermitage. No, so Witch Curse World, then the battleground. The other was going the Temple, then the Hermitage. The one that went to Witch Curse World encountered a fleet there of what looked like Chaos ships. They're able to escape the engagement. So there are about a half dozen Chaos vessels, mainly Raider and fleet configuration. So Raider and frigate configuration that were keeping orbit in the Witch Curse World, and they basically fled battle there and escaped back to Port Wanda. The patrol group that went to
Battleground and Hermitage.
No, went to the Temple first. Didn't report back, and communications with Footfall say that they never arrived at Footfall. So a patrol group's usually 3 frigates, by the way. So
do you share this with Nero? Because Nero's gonna be like, Galaxy Brain, I fucking solved that shit moments before it was a problem. 3 frigates, huh? Wait, 3 frigates couldn't handle 6 raiders?
Well, 6 raiders and frigates.
Yeah, I was gonna say they should be able to clean up on those raiders.
And it was more a case that they
were patrol, so they probably needed to report back.
Yeah, that's right.
They needed to scream into the void rather than die silently.
Okay, well, that's an issue.
Lord Commodore, what would be a lot easier is for the season finale battle, if we joined that patrol of 3 frigates with our fleet of 1 light cruiser and our raider, we seemed like that would be a nearly even match. We could, our 2 ships could go against 3 of their raiders. It would be like a fitting season finale type deal, and then we battle on the Witch Cursed World. Is that a thing? Like, it's an actual world, right? We could battle on it.
Witch Curse World is not a terrestrial world; it's a gas giant, but it does has a station in orbit.
We could. Is it the one that has the secret cache and like the statue of Saint Drusus and?
No. That's the Hermitage. Witch Curse World has a station where your astropath was getting mysterious come help me communications.
Right. That was you said that was an endeavor there. Yeah. So Nero just keeps going on and on about how like that would be a fitting season finale. Solve the mystery of the Witch Curse World after a fleet battle. Don't worry about it, Lord Captain. It will all make sense later.
Maybe perhaps the Lord Emperor has a different idea for a season finale.
The God Emperor has many ideas, and all of them will be true one day.
Yeah.
All right, Nero wanders off to go perform the ritual of maintenance.
I'll see you in about 10 hours.
I heard it was only 3 hours and 14 minutes.
You don't speak binary, do you?
I already did. We made that joke earlier. Listen, I only know the curse words and the ones that you say in the bedroom.
I mean, the ritual itself here is not that dissimilar from your own maintenance you would do on the gun anyway. Like, effectively, she field strips, cleans, repairs, etc. But the whole time it's done with various religious catechisms, with burning incense over it, with use of different scented oils, and she makes a lot of modem sounds during the course of which she then has to stop and explain to you a couple of times what she needs you to do because you don't speak binary.
Is it the DSL, like the DSL?
Shaking noise.
Do not pick up the phone while I'm attempting to communicate with the gun.
I need everybody in the ship to stay off the Vox while I'm trying to connect here.
Yeah, otherwise it makes that. What's that? The sound you get with a cell phone next to your.
Oh yeah,
the amount of times that I got kicked off the internet as a teenager.
Nero takes all this very seriously in a way that I normally play Nero as very comical, but he takes his machine spirits extremely seriously. So he participates with all of the pomp and ritual and with grave concern.
I heard two Cybermasters spend the whole time watching you as well.
All right, that's totally normal. I mean, this is the fourth time I've encountered a cyber animal watching me from afar, reconning me, so I'm used to it by now.
It's more like they heal to her as such. So anyone else in the room with her, they tend to sort of and try to imply as much menace as a couple of cyberly enhanced bloodhounds can.
Man, whenever she's not looking, I fucking menace back at them. Menacing is what I do. I look at their paltry attempts to menace me, and I'm like, oh, you want to learn how to fucking menace? Let's go.
So about 3 days later, you arrive in the Scintilla system.
We aren't making any rolls to not explode? I like that part.
No. These are well-traveled routes. So this is where your adventures began. Many ships in Battlefleet Calixis are in orbit of Scintilla, along with dozens of other merchant vessels. You'll probably have to, without waiting for a low orbit position, you'll have to have a high orbit, and then take a shuttle down if you wanted to go to Scintilla itself. If you look up, by the way, according to the navigation charts for the system, the moon of Scintilla has a no-fly zone associated with danger because of tectonic activity on the moon.
Yes.
Yeah. Can result in things like rapid expulsion of gas into space that might affect ships flying too fast.
Right, but we already know that the secret base is there.
Yes.
Secret tunnel.
Stop.
I learned concealment, so we're going to use that to approach the secret base. So whenever Nero isn't training Cade, or isn't doing physical training, or isn't doing gun maintenance, he's with Adrian, planning how to stealth the ship through whatever gas clouds and debris, whatever it takes to get close to that moon without detection. Sure. And Nero is very frustrating to work with, because Nero is just like, well, if this was two-dimensional space on the ground, we would just hop from bush to bush like this.
And Adrian's like, no, you have to think
But fire snakes can't attack you from underneath the ground.
We just need a giant 2-kilometer-long box we can put over our ship anytime someone looks at us.
Metal Gear.
Just use the box the ship came in, man.
Yeah, no. The box says 2 Inquisition on the side of it. Blood Captain, so are we actually going down on Scintilla, for shore leave? Maybe get some high culture. You have a vineyard there,
I'm confusing.
Do you not?
Do you want shore leave at the Pleasure Planet or shore leave here?
We've gone a whole season without any shore leave. We can have... Listen... There's first shore leave, then there's second shore leave, 11sies.
There is also...
Nero, I don't think you're understanding what I'm getting at here. You choose shore leave here or shore leave at the Pleasure Planet?
Oh, we're going to do shore leave at the Pleasure... Wait. I'm deciding for the whole ship?
Yes. This is on your shoulders.
Oh, shit.
I'm also interested in which one he picks.
I'm interested as well. I mean, I'm picking for the whole crew.
Somewhere on the ship, the bosun shudders involuntarily.
I feel like there has to be somebody I can consult for this. Do we have a steward?
Nope, you got to make a decision right now.
There is Lord Commodore. I mean, this is the sector capital. You could make it a business trip. Try and drum up some contacts.
Yes, that's true.
The business trip here is to sneak at the secret base. That's the business trip.
All right. Well, no reason to stink up the seeking into the secret base, but we'll have to miss out on the high culture. I feel like you definitely have a vineyard here. We could visit your little private mansion.
So the vineyard will be on a different world. Like his mansion on this world, but this is a hive world, and what isn't hive is acid covered landscape basically.
Okay, so that's terrible. But there's culture here, and as we know, Nero loves music and theater. However, he will decide for the crew to go to the pleasure world instead.
All right.
All right, so let's do that sneaky thing then.
Are you looking to achieve lunar? Sorry.
What exactly are we doing on this planet? Can someone remind me?
We are not going to the actual planet. There is a secret Imperium Inquisition base on the moon of the planet. The secret base is associated with the Tyrantine Cabal. They are a secret Inquisition cult dedicated to dealing with a massive entity known as the Tyrant Star. It's like an evil space star that can warp throughout reality, and when it shows up, everything goes really shitty. The Tyrantine Cabal knows that someone in the past used to be able to control its appearance and thus control where the shitty things happened. That person's name was Space Captain somebody Harlock. Erasmus Harlock. That person is Pierre's gene father, and so they believe that Pierre will eventually gain the power to control it, so they want to keep an eye on him and basically use him, and we're showing up to basically be like, hey, we know about all that shit. Stop. Just stop. Stop fucking with us. We want to know what's going on, but stop fucking with us.
Okay.
All right. I feel like I covered the recap pretty well. I remembered everything but Erasmus's name.
Are you looking to achieve a lunar orbit, or are you looking to keep the ship further away and go further in your shuttle?
Lord Commodore, what do you think?
Yeah, the choice is on you.
All right. What are the rules for keeping orbit?
Well, there's no rule required for it. It's just the closer you want to get to the planet, the greater chance that the ship will be detected by any sensors on the planet, because it's much bigger than a shuttle.
Well, okay. Fair enough.
Yep.
Okay.
The further you have to go in a shuttle, the bigger the risk that if something happens and you got to turn around and run back, that you're more exposed in a shuttle than you are back in your own ship.
Okay.
James, is a shuttle considered a spacecraft or a flyer?
It's considered a spacecraft unless you're in atmosphere, in which case it's a flyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's try to get some stuff for us first. I don't know if because I think Adrian's the only one that doesn't have any power armor that may be useful for in case we have to go out in the void.
True, but I did get that really nice Enforcer carapace last time.
Yes, but
which you can't wear in space.
That's true. Well, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's the issue. It's not void safe. What is the general population of
Scintilla's huge.
I should have actually. If I go to Roll20, do I have? Yep. Give me a second. Let me bring up my Scintilla archive page. I can drop you back onto that. So what does it say here? 25 billion.
Okay, so more than 10 million for sure. Okay.
Yeah, if we're gonna get power armor, this is the place for it.
Yeah. So need to get him some. I'm guessing light power armor let you still be able to dodge.
I believe so. Yes.
Yep. Only the Ironclad, as far as I know, has that penalty.
Well, you don't have the you have the heavy power armor.
The heavy power armor is called it's called the Ironclad power armor.
You have light power armor, Dave.
I have light power armor? Okay.
Yep.
Sweet. Yeah. So I can dodge then.
Yep.
And you can breathe in space for 1 to 5 hours.
Can we get batteries for that? Like, how does that work?
You have to hook yourself into a massive object.
So
can't
effectively,
you just swap the batteries?
The battery is effectively a backpack. So
So yeah, do you roll for what that is every single time you recharge it, or is it just you roll when you get it and that's what it is for the life of the armor?
I think it's designed to. I'm happy to say, let's just call it 5 hours of use. I can understand in things like the Aliens RPG why you have variations on how long air supply lasts for, but otherwise it doesn't make a lot of sense to say, I put it on. I didn't get an hour this time. Okay, I'll take it off and try it again. Oh, now I get 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does seem so. Okay, so light power armor.
Can you get
very rare
batteries or something? Is that something we can buy?
I know the Space Marine one is it works forever.
Space Marine wrong. It has a fusion engine, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
The only ones that the books say, the only ones that have it are Inquisitor level power armor, combat level Sisters of Battle, and Space Marines.
Yeah, and I don't think batteries are interchangeable on these things either.
Yeah, you have to be plugged into like a power supply or a ship, like something very big.
I would be interested in getting one of the ones that never runs out then. I will just say that much.
I don't know how to get
around in it.
The issue.
They don't sell them in the books, is the thing.
Yeah.
That kind of equipment is rated for like when you die, somebody else takes your armor from you off the battlefield and gets into it. They're super rare. I don't know, James. Maybe you know something different than me. That's
it's not something that's available to your characters at this point in time. So yeah, something you couldn't just roll your way into acquisition wise. Would have to be acquired through gameplay as such.
I see.
Yeah. All right. So since the population is more than 100,000, it would be -10 for them, plus 30 for
only one.
Only one, and then plus I think we're at 33 as far as profit factor.
Sounds about right.
Unless making that one deal gave me an extra one.
No, I have 33.
But I don't know if we included the one deal I made, but of course I don't think I got profit deal.
You didn't have the thing by then.
No, I did. I don't think we got profit factor for it though, so it wouldn't count.
So which deal was this one again? This was the
deal with the crops.
The administrator.
Yeah.
So you haven't recognized the profit from that yet, so to speak. So
right.
You've got the tools, but not the endeavor's not complete.
So 53.
So honestly, you rolled 30 minus 10 plus 33. You didn't roll any dice.
He's not rolling. He's doing dice math.
Oh, okay. No, cool. Okay.
Yeah, just making sure you get the math.
Sorry, James. He's not capable of doing calculus 2 in his head like you are.
I think it's
he didn't do basic math in his head over 5 seconds like me.
It's arithmetic, not calculus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he can't do calculus 2 in his head like you are. You're like, all right, plus C constant cosine.
You're having a laugh. You're having a serious laugh. I'll spin a fate point just to make it
2 degrees of success.
Okay. So you need 57 then.
What's the point? What's the point of having it that high? I'm more upset about it than I should be, but I see how AP felt about failing his shooting roll.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? You're like, damn
so
it.
You'd be 57.
Yep.
No.
Ooh, so close.
I feel like I should try it again just because.
I mean, you can. You've got 3 rolls, so 4 rolls.
Yeah,
sorry,
I give it one more try. Maybe have a better.
Lord Captain, as long as you're here, everyone could use good quality photo visors.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Pondo. What is fucking wrong with you?
Okay,
you've got the plus 20.
I need a plus 20 there. So
okay, nice. Okay. So
I still don't know what's wrong.
Okay, so you're at 59 now.
Oh, this is not good. It's not bueno.
This is like our Cyberpunk game. Did you watch that Cyberpunk game yet last week?
Oh god, that was awful. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this one action. It should be easy to do, and I fumbled.
Hey, there you go.
All right.
What were you saying, AP?
We should get good quality photo visors for everyone while we're here.
Yes. So
that dawn doesn't blind everyone.
Something that blinds people. It's the act of the Lord God Emperor
it's an act
himself
of technology
coming down and just like shining his grace.
No, we had a member of our crew that was literally blinded by the God Emperor. So your flashy thingy is nothing like that. For one thing, he couldn't see anymore.
All right, so 30 plus 10 would be 40 minus 10 for it being good quality.
Yep, right? 30.
So it'd be back to 30.
Yep, so 63 base percent.
Oh, I didn't say how many days that it'd be 1d10 days for that power armor. Now I think about it.
Roll it.
I would if I typed it in right. 3 days.
3 days.
That's a decent weight.
You can wait that long until you assault an inquisitorial base.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would have waited if it was 10 days.
So so you're at 63% chance plus your commerce test on the photo visors.
So what, 60? So be at 67 maybe?
Have you rolled your commerce test yet? No.
No.
Oh,
Hondo.
so that's 63% chance.
This is not going to be a good night. 67?
Yeah, 63.
Oh, 63. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
all right.
there you go.
Jesus Christ.
We've all got photo visors now.
Now describe to us what these photo visors look like.
Oh, it wouldn't. We would want 5, but it doesn't matter. That'd be.
Yeah, it's 3 to 5 is the more than 1 less than 5 or more than.
So it'd be plus 20. So yeah.
We have to do that thing where we keep a photograph of the secret 5th member of the crew that will show up in season 3, and this will be their visor, the 5th one that we set aside, the Green Ranger of our group.
So photo visors can be literally like they can just be a polarized visor that goes over the front of existing headwear. It can be like a pull down, like monocular or night vision goggle style thing. It's up to you as how it looks. It can be an integral part of what you wear, or it can be something that's deployed or undeployed.
What does it do exactly? Like, is there any reason for me to wear it?
Well, if someone else uses some sort of flash weapon, you'll be resistant to it as well.
It also gives you night vision.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be useful.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be a part of my helmet, and I'll just do the.
I'll try to get a conversion field because I feel like that would be useful.
Let me ask. Can I get them like wraparound aviators?
Sure.
All right, then that's what Nero gets, and he normally keeps them up on his head like this. But
Sunglasses
occasionally goes,
night.
does anyone see where I left my photo visor? That's super Nero.
I'll try to get a conversion, maybe.
Yep.
So extremely rare at -20, so 30 minus 1 would be 10.
Nero gives the 5th one to Cade, and while he's teaching Cade how to intimidate people, he goes, if you hide the eyes, you hide the lies. Make them take the photo visor off, Cade.
What does it do when you get a good or best quality as far as that goes?
For those things, it reduces the chance of it actually failing. So this doesn't increase the chance it will stop the shot.
Right.
It decreases the chance it will fail after stopping the shot.
So it'd be
you roll a 1d100, and if you get under 10, it breaks.
10 for common, 5 for good, 1 for best.
Yeah. And like if you get under 50, so what is it? Under 30, it blocks it.
Yep.
But if you get then under 10,
it still blocks it. It blocks it, but it burns out.
Mm-hmm. And you can repair it. You don't have to buy a new one. Like it just needs to be repaired, basically.
I'll go ahead and try for a best quality then.
Okay, so you're down to -20 at the moment.
Yeah, -20, and that'll be it.
So your base 13 plus your commerce test.
Would I get pure mercantile bonus from this?
Yeah, so you're at a major trading port, so you can certainly use that on your commerce test.
So I'd be actually at a +30 instead of +20. Not that it mattered.
Yep. 99.
Don't say that.
Okay, no worries. So you got 5 degrees there. So that brings up to a 23% chance.
At 23?
23.
I like those odds.
I believe it. You're going to hit 17.
It's less than 23. No, 100.
Okay. No, you didn't do less than, you did comma.
So I wonder if that messed it up.
It's still
it didn't actually roll the dice there. Did it?
It still rolled a 100.
Oh, okay, no worries. Okay, cool. No
well,
worries.
press up and enter and see if it comes with 100 again. Yeah, it actually rolled. You're just bad at rolling.
Okay,
right,
no worries.
so I guess that works. All right.
It's not just that they don't have any; it's that they will never have any for the rest of the history of the Imperium.
I like the idea that there's a going out of closing down
Business
sale. And then some, like you see a guy walking out like whistling of the shop, and you walk in there and he's like, sorry, I just sold the last conversion field to the man who just left.
Where is he? I'll kill him.
Yeah.
You chase him down. He's like, sorry, I need this for my dead, dying wife that has cancer. And And he's like, I can't take a conversion field from a wife that has cancer. That's so irresponsible of me.
Nero would probably be like, yeah, let's go talk about your wife in this nearby alleyway.
During your 3-day shopping spree and waiting for a power armor to arrive, your ship gets a communication. It is coming from one of the battle fleet ships, a battle cruiser, which is in orbit of Scintilla.
Oh shit, that's a big
communication.
Boy. Yeah. Now let me ask: battle cruisers, those are like heads of fleets, right?
Yeah, usually, or so not the head of like battleships are the head of a whole fleet, like a whole segment of fleet. But this would be like the head of a major. An admiral or above would command. An admiral or a vice admiral would command a battle cruiser.
What's the name of the battle crew?
It is the Vehement Broadsword. It's an Overlord class battle cruiser.
I don't know if I would know any sort of thing about that one specifically.
Yeah, I was just saying, does Adrian?
Common law war or common law Imperial Navy.
Nero's got he's got 3 check marks in common law war. Is there any chance he just knows this?
Yeah, so you can roll a common law war at +10, or I'd take a common law Imperium at -10.
Sure.
Okay, I know common law Imperium. I can do something there.
Actually, that with
hey, Nero knows something. It's good because his intelligence is bad.
Do you want me to roll?
All right. Well, now I roll high. Just not on the things I wanted to roll low on. Or I rolled low, just not on the things I wanted to roll low on.
The Navy guy is the one who
the Navy guy doesn't. Wow.
The rest of us are just like, yeah, we all know the Vehement Broadsword and everything we need to know about the Overlord class. So you're like, Overlord? What the hell's that?
I rolled, but I don't think anything showed up.
You're correct.
No, nothing showed up for us.
What's going on with my internet right now?
You're not in the Cyberpunk game right now, are you?
No, he's with us.
No, I was joking.
That's super weird. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to do rolls if nothing's happening right now. That's super weird. Like, I'm here, I'm on Steam, and I can play videos on YouTube. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it's just delayed.
Minus 1.5.
Yeah.
Oh no, the first one was 2.3. Yeah, that's a success. Okay,
cool. That's what I get every time I play. Every time I use a roll 20 because I'm in Australia. That long delay.
Oh shit! Am I in Australia now? Like, what?
So it is the head of a battle fleet patrol group. So it probably so this sort of ship would normally be in line with 2 other cruiser scale ships. Each one would have an escort of 3 frigate/raiders. So you're talking about a 12 ship battle group would be normally under this is the headship of that battle group. You know that the commanding officer is an Admiral Valorous Samarasi, who's a decorated Imperial Navyman, clean record, has served for about 80 years. Primarily, this ship has been assigned to the northern or the spinward reaches of the Calixis sector, along with its patrol group. So, let me see.
So the northern spinward reaches are like where we were going to go, right? Am I?
Yeah, that sort of area. Yeah.
Okay. Please continue. Don't let me interrupt.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think with 2 degrees, that's probably about the most you would know. You wouldn't know about things like its current assignment or that sort of thing. But
all right, Nero tells everyone all that shit. I know of this guy. He's regarded as being very competent. He's also been where we recently wanted to go, so maybe it's that. It's the Tarantine Cabal fucking with you again.
Shall we listen to the message?
No, we should probably.
It's a Vox call. It's like it's a straight out phone call, basically.
I was gonna say no. We should do that thing in Hold'em poker where you don't look at your cards, but you start betting. We should just message him back without having read his message. See if he notices it. All right, so Nero answers the call to introduce the Lord Captain and ask who's on the line.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get like a naval rating on the screen.
Exactly.
It's like please hold for Admiral Samarasi.
I said the same thing, but
so a dark-skinned, like sort of subcontinental man comes onto the view. He looks to be, by modern terms, to be in about his early 70s. Naval uniform, lots and lots of campaign medals. Also, quite a few scars on his face and on his right hand. Probably, sort of not so much from direct combat, but more from like being on ships that have been going through hell as well. So more like burns and abrasions rather than like weapon hits. But he otherwise maintains a professional air. Lord Captain, I am Admiral Samarasi. I hope I have not called you at an inconvenient time.
So this is where like the Vox camera like pans over where Pierre's already like sitting at his little throne room with his cane between his legs.
Yeah. Does he have his chair turned and turn?
No.
Admiral, good to hear from you. Have you met my pet shoulder frog, Icebreaker?
I think that's the new name. It can't be anything else.
Yes. To what was the pleasure of your call?
We've detected the presence of your ship in the system and understand that you operate under a warrant of trade. The Imperial Navy has need of some services. I was wondering whether you would be interested in a business proposition.
I am intrigued by your proposition. What sort of business do you have?
Nero immediately looks at Adrian, wondering if this is his side quest.
I can't make it sound any more grandiose than it is. It's simply we require some courier services. Some matters have come up in the sector that require my battle group to travel outside of our regular patrol region, and this has caused some stress for some force redeployments. I'd rather not speak too much about it on Vox. Could we organize to meet either on your ship or mine, or even on the planet below, if that's your preference?
I'd be fine with meeting on my ship if you are.
I will have I'll gather a ship and crew, and I'll be. Are you available now? Can I be there in the next hour?
Yes, that's perfectly fine.
Very well. I look forward to meeting you in person, Lord Captain.
Look forward to meeting you.
Lord Commodore, because you would have been Lord Commodore, and he'd maintain that rank. No worries.
Yeah.
When you turn, Nero's gone. He's already arranging for this highly decorated, very special guest. He has the Warhound strategically placed in the docking bay, so when they come down, they see they actually do have a piece of military technology on board.
And after the call goes off, Pierre's going to start practicing his turnaround spin. Trying out different poses on how he's no, that's too imposing. No, that's too villainous.
No, Nero's
too slow, too fast.
Nero's on the Vox trying to see if he can get Don and Adrian to come with him, but really he's only asking Don so he can get Wally. He wants Wally
to just want Wally.
He wants Wally to drive.
The golf cart.
Yeah, he wants Wally to drive the official golf cart so that Nero can spend some time absorbing this war hero's war heroism.
I mean, yeah, take Wally. It's fine.
Okay. Well, you should come with us, Don. This is a great man, and it's going to be awesome. Whatever happens is going to be great.
Sure.
All right, let me get
I
Adrian
don't
on
have
the
the reverence that you do, but sure.
No, I mean he's a great hero of the Imperium. He's been serving for 80 years. You know how hard that is? Most people die before 80 years are up.
Yes, that is generally how things go.
Yeah, he's an admiral of a battle cruiser that leads a task group, I guess, or something like that. All right, look, I'm opening a third-party channel. Adrian, can you hear me? I'm calling you on your cell.
Yes, I can hear you.
Patching you into the Vox. You should come down with me to the Golf Cart Emporium, where we're going to be selecting our finest one, not my personal one. But we're going to have Wally drive it, and we're all going to meet with the Admiral, and we're going to escort him up to the Captain. I understand that the Captain has been practicing his cloak swish and his dramatic turns.
Excellent. Yes.
Yes.
I'd
So
be
let's
more than
all
happy
get
to
our
join
dress
you.
uniforms, no t-shirts, and let's have all of our merch on standby. I'm going to have my aide try to sell off extra shirts to their shuttle crew.
We should prepare a gift basket for the Admiral.
Oh, I have several on standby. You might not know this, but last season I was the only one handing out gifts. We've got a fine bottle of the Lord Captain's own Renko waiting.
I'm a little confused. He has grunt work for the ship to do, yet you're treating him with an extreme amount of reverency.
Yes, this man. Okay, let me.
He's an admiral.
No. Let me go back. I know I've gotten ahead of the horse here, but let me be perfectly clear. This man is an admiral, but before he's an admiral, he's a client, and that means money. I forgot to mention, we are impressing a potential client before they hire us to do a job. And I don't know if you know this, but we don't get paid very often. So the more often we get paid, the better our lives are.
And you need me for what particular
Well,
reason?
you're very impressive.
Am I supposed to be on display?
What an excellent question.
Wow.
Nero?
Damn it. Nero might say yes to that, but is there a way I can rephrase that with more tact?
Probably not.
Dawn, you are a highly cherished officer, not just of this ship, and not just a valued member of the Imperium and the Sisters and the Ecclesiarchy, but you are a member of the Lord Commodore's personal warband, and your presence here will fortify the importance that the Lord Commodore places upon this meeting.
Now, are you trying to deceive me, Arthur, or are you trying to coerce me? Like, what
Nero,
charm me?
It's definitely charm, but it's Nero's version of charm.
All right, throw them bones. Let's see how you do.
Let's see what it looks like.
Do I get it? Do I get any bonuses for being a good friend?
Straight plus 10. Straight plus 10.
If anything, you get a slight eye.
Actually, you get a negative because of the Hand of Calixis.
Oh, that's right. I do get a negative for the Hand of Calixis. I get a -5. Oh,
it's almost like saying everyone on board of this ship.
No, wait. It's actually worse. I get other negatives because I'm bad at talking to people. -5 on all interaction tests regarding the non-combat tactics. Oh my god! I get a -10. I have a 5% chance on this.
To see how badly you roll.
Oh, Nero's so full of shit right now. You can absolutely tell.
Oh man,
Nero.
So like, eyes were open. As you start talking, they slowly start squinting and squinting and squinting. And Dawn's hand just rests on the hilt of her sword, and she's just like, "I think I'll wait in the brig with the captain, if you don't mind me, Nero. I am not a peacock that you can display at any whim that you desire." And then she'll just turn around and
Adrian, how about you? Cock-a-doodle-doo, or you want to wait on the bridge?
I'll be part of the welcoming party for the Admiral.
Thank you, I appreciate that. At least we got Wally out of the deal. That was really what we needed.
Come, Wally. We need it in the
brig. You promised.
In the bridge, not the brig. Arthur with a -8, I think Wally is covered with me. What did you actually roll?
84.
84. Okay, yeah.
You rolled like me. How about that? That's all you need to know.
Ooh, wow.
I've been rolling terrible tonight. Still passing, which is bullshit.
So Adrian and good.
I guess that's the curse of having so high is that you pass. You can't really re-roll it when you really want to.
So Adrian and Nero head down to the docking bay, and this Imperial shuttle comes in, naval shuttle. So off the shuttle gets the Admiral first off, who you've already seen on the comms. He is flanked by a couple of like naval officers, but they're sort of like they're in dress uniform, but they're carrying their weapons like a parade rest. So there's no sort of threat. It's more like a pomp and ceremony type thing. He's also followed by another man who looks to be in his 50s, grey-haired, it's very sort of chiseled features, very muscly as well, wearing like a grey long coat over flak armor. That his rankings would indicate him to be a general in the Imperial Guard. You're not quite familiar with his regiment style though, and he's flanked by two guardsmen. Although their flak armor is very stylistic, it almost looks like samurai armor, like the sort of the square plates and the wide helmet. Although the front of the helmet is replaced with like a solid face mask. That Nero, you'd probably recognize, is a replica. Like you've seen this face before on the statues of Saint Drusus. So effectively, they wear like a death mask of Drusus as their helmets, basically.
All right.
And their weapons are more like they're more moving like soldiers, so they have weapons at like a low ready, but still fingers out of trigger.
Of course,
guards,
the Imperial Guard are treating this more seriously than the Navy.
By the way, the only thing I can think of is that scene from Full Metal Alchemist when the two muscular dudes meet and they just start like flexing at each other.
Yeah, the man shake. Exactly.
Yep. Man, you son of a bitch.
Major
The
Armstrong.
FBI got you pushing too many pencils lately.
So the Admiral sort of looks to you two as like who he's not sure who to go to because he's not familiar with your ranking structure on this ship. So
Adrian will step forward and take the lead and like, welcome to the ship, Admiral, and like snap a salute off and right this way.
He salutes you. So the general comes with him, but the soldiers stay behind with the shuttle. And then the pedals start moving in as soon as you're out of eyesight. It's like people ship race start like wheeling out carts with like the they open up the carts and the t-shirts.
Now I want to make clear here, Cade is being involved in this. But also, I want the ship's purser involved to make sure Cade doesn't get rocks in payment. Okay, I want an adult who understands currency to oversee this transaction. Nero will make polite small talk after introducing himself, asking like, "Who are you, General, and what's your unit?" And have we served together before? When you ask, so the Admiral introduces, this is General Fidelis Olmacher of the 219th Janissary, Macabian Janissaries. He's part of this mission as well. He has the forces that are looking to be redeployed belong to him. All right, I will identify myself as a former naval man, former Acadian White Guard, former Acadian regiments. Like, run through all of my service. Currently,
retired, of course.
Currently, gunnery officer aboard.
So Pierre, wherever you are, along with Dawn, yep.
Yeah. So essentially, how Pierre has it set up is he's going to actually have Wally like stand in front of Pierre as his chair is pulled back, and Wally's actually physically going to set the pace for how he spin turns just right, and all the while Dawn's like next to the chair standing towards the wall. So once Pierre spun around, he's got like one leg on his on the other, and kind of like
put on the four-leaf clover. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you like spotting Wally so you get dizzy when you spin? Like when you spin, you're supposed to spot so that you don't fall over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the general doesn't look impressed or unimpressed. Sorry, nor the Admiral. They probably seen this sort of stuff before.
Yeah.
But we're rogue traders, right? We have to do this.
That's right. Yeah,
it's our selling point.
Yeah, going.
They won't know we're legitimate unless we do this.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, look, ship A was good, but ship B was not quite as good. But they did that spin really nicely, so we should give the word to them.
Sounds like someone's done contractor work before.
That's right. Yeah, it's in the tender terms.
All right. When Pierre notices like they're not impressed, he was like, "All right, well, forget it. The charade's done." Okay. Hello, I am Commodore Pierre Cowles, and
as discussed, Admiral Samarasi. This is General Olmaka of the Macabian Janissaries.
Pleasure to meet you both.
Yes. Thank you for taking the time to meet with us, and thank you, your crew, for their professionalism as well. This has been it's been pleasant to come aboard a ship of this austere nature. Now to business. I'm not sure if you're aware of the conflict in the Spinwood front. I'm just going to quickly bring up the Calixis sector map again so I can point to some things as we do this. So in the north of, or the Spinwood side of the sector is a region known as the Periphery. And beyond that, our forces have been engaged with a secessionist group of humanity that call themselves the Severan Dominant. This battle has been waging now for almost 2 years against these people that would see themselves beyond the Emperor's rule. And I've recently been engaged in organizing a reinforcement of materiel to the Spinwood front line to assist in this battle. It's been further complicated by a couple of matters. First off, a group of orcs have recently also entered the Spinwood front, perhaps drawn by the warfare, but we're now dealing with not only with secessionists, but also with the Green Horde as well. Additionally, while reinforcements have been acquired from outside the sector, my patrol group has been reassigned to bolster the defences at Port Wanda, as we've heard stories that there is now some form of arc enemy fleet which is amassing within the realm of space beyond Port Wanda. And my patrol group has been asked to attend there, which means I could not pick up the material that I've organised and transport them to the Spinwood front. So this is the mission that I have for you if you're willing to accept it. And of course you will be compensated as long as we can reach an appropriate agreement. Yep. I have the key piece of material we're talking about here is an ancient what's this? Sorry, pattern. What's my notes?
I like the word ancient. Ancient sounds good.
Lucius 9 pattern Stormlord, along with its tithe of 18. It was brought in from the Lucius system about 6 months ago and has been on in the lathes being refitted after transport. We were to be collecting it along with its crew of 18 and the rest of General Olmaka's guard unit to transport them to the front. But now with our reassignment to Port Wanda, that won't happen for some time unless we can organise for you another ship to collect the tank, which is its title is the Tide of Iron, to transport it from the lathes to the Spinwood front at Kulth. So on the map here, guys, the lathes are just here, and it needs to be transported to Kulth, which is there in the Periphery.
Now, are the Periphery and the Halo stars the same thing?
No. So the Halo stars are the region of space where the Astronomicon is no longer visible from it. Like you can't see Earth's Astronomicon from a ship that goes out that far. So there's a bit of space beyond the Periphery, which is not considered part of the sector, which is where the Severan Dominant are currently holed up. But not far beyond that is the Halo stars. So they're right at the edge of space, known space.
Okay. All right. I assume when you said Tide of Iron, there was like a tight establishing shot of his face and like ghostly overlay of what the Lucius 9 pattern Stormlord looks like, and then like title drop from above, Rogue Trader Tide of Iron.
But then the camera zooms out to show the audience inside of the cinema, and a dude turns to his wife and says, "Oh, that's the name of the movie." and the wife turns to the husband and goes, "Shh, shut up, I'm watching the movie."
All right, so it should be noted that normally Nero takes notes at this meetings, but right now he's staring off into the middle distance, snapping his pen in half, filled with rage.
It's quite a big package
Someone said
that you're sending
orcs.
that way.
No, someone said orcs. Those are his hated enemy.
Yep.
One of them.
Are you perhaps needing assistance with the orcs as well?
Well, we don't know what the situation is at Kulth right now. We obviously need to get the Tide of Iron to the surface and deployed. If there is some sort of orc blockade, that might be something that dealing with that might be part of the remit of this particular operation.
Very well. I can most certainly get to pick up the Tide of Iron and then transport it over to Calth. As far as anything after that you may need of me, or maybe prior, I shall definitely need to be assured that it'll be compensated well for it. Considering that the danger of possibly running into orcs on the way, or as we get there.
I understand. Once again, I'm sure that we can reach an arrangement. I wanted to make sure first off that you're okay with the mission at hand, and then I can have a naval aide come over to discuss with you the particulars of payment type and requirements.
Absolutely.
Allow us to clarify the details of this particular work. We are transporting one Stormlord and its tithe crew, and we are also picking up the rest of the General's Janissaries.
Yes, 350 men.
350 men, and we are providing bunking and oxygen and food for all of these men.
They'll be kitted with rations to make the expected journey length from the Lathes to Kulth when they leave the Lathes. But if you don't go directly, or the trip is extended for some reason, then they would be additional mouths to feed. Obviously, we can't give them additional oxygen.
Indeed. Obviously, we can, but there would be a cost to such a thing. What is the timeline for the completion of this particular objective?
The Departmentum Unitorum has has decreed that in order for these reinforcements to be effective, they need to be on the surface of Kulth and deployed no later than 4 months from now.
Do I have a general idea of how long the trip from the Lathes to Kulth?
Yeah, I was going to ask if there'd be a way to estimate it.
Best case scenario, probably 3 to 4 weeks.
So what about Lays to Quadis to Sinofia to Kulth?
You're probably looking at like, assuming that you don't spend more than a day at each of those locations, between 6 and 8 weeks.
Okay, so we're probably going to spend more than a day at each location, so it's really pushing the edge of it. Nero is going to brush off his uniform.
Would there be higher compensation if we got them there immediately?
Yes, as the Lord Commodore implies, what the Munitorum wants and what you want could be two different things.
I'd have to find out. I'm not sure how deep the Battlefleet's pockets are in regards to this, whether or not we can organise some sort of early completion bonus.
I see.
I'll have to find out on that one.
If you do find out, let me know.
Well, I'll have my naval aide work out the particulars.
What is the current disposition of enemy forces on Kulth?
So at this point in time, we have approximately 12,000 Imperial Guardsmen on Kulth, facing a opposition force of approximately 600,000 dominant soldiers, plus a population of approximately 2 million, which may be disloyal. Insofar as the greenskin forces that arrived there, we've received few communications, but we're not talking a greenskin fleet. We're probably talking 1 or 2 raiding vessels, maybe between 10 and 20,000 orcs.
Has the Eternal Praetorian left to go to Port Wander yet, or
no?
No.
It's here.
Okay. I feel like we're gonna need that.
Yeah. the size of the force you're talking about, 600,000 dominant soldiers, I assume that their level of technology is greatly beneath the Imperium's then?
Yes, they're they're effectively colonists that have rebelled. So they were the 600,000 we're talking about there are effectively a militia, a civilian militia.
Mm-hmm. Kolth, as a world, is it underneath the purview of this sector, or is it a truly independent world at this time in regards to...
Officially, it's considered part of the Calixis sector.
I see. Who would allow me to present a sort of bonus that we could provide while we're in the area? Our ship is fairly well armed. Our sister ship is equally well armed. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of opposition and millions of population that could be disloyal. 12,000 Imperial Guardsmen are great, but we could simply bombard them from orbit and end this immediately. While we're in the area, we can help you clean up your problem.
So there's two considerations there.
Yes.
First off is that the thought with how we're managing the Severan Dominant could be that while the Dominant itself is led by heretical or traitorous leaders, that the individual colonists may be swayed back, that once we take out the martial forces that are defending Kolth and the other worlds of the Dominant, that we can return the original colonists to the Emperor's grace.
Sure.
Secondly, the world itself has some value as a colony world, that the risk of any sort of bombardment which would take out all of the dug-in forces would potentially eliminate any benefit the world offers the Imperium going forward, or at least severely decrease its ability to tithe for generations.
That sounds about right.
Not even limited strikes on strategic locations.
That comes down to the ability of your ship and your crew.
I mean, Nero just starts to look at the Lord Captain because Nero thinks he's the greatest gunner God has ever given Earth. It's a possibility. If you're willing to consider it, we can send you, what would we call it? Not videos.
We'll send you our test scores.
No, not tech scores. We'll send our mercenary advertising gun cam footage. Like, here is our practice runs. Look how incredibly accurate we are.
Here's a case study and a proof of concept you can review.
Yes, exactly. You understand what I'm saying, James. Like, Nero is going to try to upsell, like, sure, we can bring the Stormlord, and that's fine. But while we're there, we could also take out a few 100,000 of those soldiers without causing too much additional damage.
Yep.
I mean, what are the chances Nero rolls a 100 twice, right?
a few pinpoint lance strikes.
Indeed.
Now,
so the general.
Perhaps I can maybe speak with the Munitorum to figure out as far as details on extra thing on what else that I can offer for them. I do have some experience in military leading. So
the general clips in here. I'll be going with you on this one if you take the role. We don't yet know what the situation on the ground on Kolth is, but once we get there, I can authorize additional potential revenue opportunities in regards to identifying strategic needs at the time. We can't commit to those strategic environments until we can get there and assess the situation.
I want you to understand that Nero is smiling and nodding when he hears the words additional potential revenue contributions. There's opportunities. There's literally nothing he's wanted to hear more for 2.5 seasons.
Perhaps I can offer additional troops as a sign of good faith that I'll be more than likely taking this job for you. So more troops for you to have than just the amount that you're getting from Hesh and the Tide of Iron.
Lord Captain, it seems as if you are willing to accept this work then.
I still need to see what the sort of payment is for it, but
shall we
it being a planet of the Imperium under attack where innocent people are involved, I feel as though I should be assistance where I can.
So we should dismiss these fine gentlemen and speak with their naval aid. Yes.
Yes.
Because they're very busy, high-ranking men.
Absolutely.
Okay. So they'll depart, and within the next hour or so, you also get a communication that effectively what their offer is. So this is effectively, it's a major endeavor. So the base pay on it is 5 profit factor. That in order to actually achieve that, there, you'll obviously have to go. There'll be a series of roles associated with it. You can obviously overachieve, and when you overachieve on the points as well, because you do extra stuff, every 100 points you overachieve is an additional 1 profit factor on top of that. But the base pay, just to pick up, drop off, and leave is 5 profit factor.
Okay.
Do we have anything on the ship that boosts us?
Would that be including the hard bargain or not?
No, that's before the hard bargain.
Okay.
Yeah, that always happens at the end.
All it would be just 1 extra 1, doesn't include with everything else. Okay. I do want to see if I can procure them more forces, just as like a sign of good faith. That would be probably part of the
well,
like
we've already
from what
used
I
our
can
4
pull
acquisitions for the
yeah. I mean, as part of the endeavor, essentially.
You want to rally more forces to the cause, then?
Yes, because obviously 12,000 is.
Well, we're sending Janissaries, so potentially we could rally like crazed faithful people. You know what I mean? Priests with guns.
Sorry, +5 is a grand endeavor. Sorry, so it's 1,500 total driven points required.
1,500.
So.
All right, grand endeavor. 15.
It's essentially try to, like, in the midst of that, give them a couple extra troops as like a assurance that they have a decent amount before they need to get more.
Yeah.
All right, so we are set on doing this then.
I think so.
Command bridge. No,
that sounds like a decent amount of cash money for us.
I'll tell you how I'm gonna kick this off, James. In the only way I know how, with scummery and violence. I'm gonna, as wherever it is that we are potentially looking over. Oh, we're not with the Janissaries yet. That's all right. Well, I technically, if I turn people in with Bloodhound, I get military bonus, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I might take Bloodhound by the time we get there, and then find any criminals among their ranks and turn them in for achievement points.
So you've got common law war AP, and you're a soldier as well. So I'll let you know. So the Janissaries are not notorious, a extremely well regarded group within the. So in terms of like 40K game terms, they're actually Tempestus Scions rather than regular Imperial Guard. They're stormtroopers. They are brought up in a very religious training doctrine. So they worship Drusus, and effectively. After they leave their homeworld, they're never allowed to return, because the idea is that they can never retire. They can never give up the fight. Basically, they're supposed to fight until they die. And so probably within the Janissaries themselves, the likelihood of finding individuals that are subpar is probably minimal. But certainly with the regular guard on Calth or anyone else you want to count on the way, that's a whole other story.
Now here's the thing, James.
Yep.
It's been my experience that you can find criminals literally anywhere.
Oh yeah. It's just like a criminal.
I've seen this thing where people are like, the military is great and pure, and I'm like, when you look at the crime statistics of the military, they are fucking exactly the same as the crime statistics of America.
It's more like what these guys see as rebellious is not quite. It's not like.
Of course.
It's like, I can't believe that Jones was smoking.
Yeah.
You should get flogged for that.
Of course, Nero is very impressed with these people, right? He thinks they're super cool. Is there anything we need to do to finalize this deal? Because it sounds like we're in on it. Do we need to start making rules somewhere to get prepped up?
No. So there's three parts to it. There is collecting the Stormlord and the group from the Lades. There is getting to Kauth, and there is deploying the forces to the service on Kauth.
Okay.
So those are the three elements as such. So probably nothing's going to start in terms of important role-wise or generating points until you reach the Lathes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, apparently, because the Lathe is actually 3 worlds, and the Tide of Iron is on.
I think you said Hesh.
No, Het.
Het. Okay.
Yeah.
They all have similar names.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
right.
My recollection is that the Lathe worlds are like Adeptus Mechanicus armor factories.
Yes.
Because I remember I was thinking of getting my my heavy power armor lathe bound.
Lathe forged.
Yeah, so that it would be lighter with higher, and I could dodge.
Yeah.
Currently not able to do that. Okay. Well, then I guess the question is there anything we need to do before we go to break?
Was there, like, I guess the other question is, was there any sort of bonus on doing it, like getting ahead of schedule, or would that be included into?
That would be included in the, effectively that would be regarded as like rolling well on various things like the navigation rolls, etc. So that would be represented as additional achievement points, and therefore,
Okay.
if you can exceed the 1500, you can get additional point back to point per 100. You go over that.
Gotcha.
I'll also point out, by the way, that Adrian will know that the lathe worlds are incredibly hard to navigate for ships because of the gravitational forces that make them interesting to the Mechanicus. I mean, that it's quite, like actually getting a ship close to the lathe mixed up is actually quite difficult, but, well within his ability.
Sure, yeah.
So we just need to keep the Eternal Praetorium away, because that has bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what I'm understanding.
Because what Nero is to shooting, Adrian is to piloting.
Ooh, wow, that's some cocky
bold
shit.
claim.
I like it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's probably true, but yeah.
Can we carry what ship do we need to carry the Stormlord? Right? Is it going to fit?
Either is fine. The Stormlord is a 316-ton tank.
Yep. With a super giant bolter, which makes me happy.
Yeah, it's got a Vulcan bolter.
Vulcan mega bolter. Yeah.
And then the second question is, where do we keep all the troops? They would need to go on the Eternal Praetorium, right?
Well, no. Effectively, you can convert your cargo bay into like a bivouac.
Oh.
So effectively, they sleep on cots in the in the landing bay.
Well, I mean, or we could send them to the ship that we've actually turned into a troop transport.
Yes.
I mean, we could keep them in dirtying up our cargo bay, or we could send them over to the secret assassin ship.
Third question is, can we buy the Tide of Iron off them after?
Oh, like deliver it, and then like it's done, and then we're like, okay, you don't need that anymore, right? Like it's done. Why don't we just take that off your hands?
It's a gnarly tank. It's a heavily gnarly tank.
Yeah.
Can't afford it. We can't get it. That's theirs. That's for the.
I mean,
arguers.
we could get it. We would just be hunted afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, like part of the contract you've got to sign, to take this role on is like you've got to do all the look after all the. They'll be giving you a Majos team to look after the tank, but if the tank is damaged, it is sacred technology. It is unreplaceable.
Yeah.
So you've got to take very good care of it.
Yeah. So we're going to put that thing in like a mattress-filled room, like it's.
No, we're putting it up on blocks. It's not going anywhere. We'll put the wheels back on when we're ready to move it.
Yeah, like you can expect that when you get to Het, there will be a whole ritual around how you will have to take responsibility for this tank.
God. I already feel like it was a bad idea now. All right. So I guess the other thing that we have to do is, I guess after we go to the break, go say hi to the.
Yeah, just
Asbel.
infiltrate a heavily armed and defended Inquisition station.
Well, in our defense, they probably don't have any visitors ever, so they aren't expecting any.
So I'll leave you with a break cliffhanger. Okay. That as you're preparing for this, your Vox operator lets you know that you are receiving a Vox call from the moon of Scintilla.
Lair, shock! I turn, raising an eyebrow, and say, Lord Commodore, they know we're coming. And then he gives a steely-eyed stare as they zoom in. And we spent too much time negotiating and buying things, and now we've ruined our chances. We'll be back from the break in the second half in about 8 minutes. Stick around or don't.
Don't do